Oh yeah, we back with another episode of The Twisted T2, baby, where we gonna read these Reddits to you. And well, let me just be honest with you. I hope you got your popcorn ready, baby, because we got ourselves a little bit of a show today. Now, we got a lady asking if you cheating and reading the screen, we got a lady asking that if she's an asshole for refusing to babysit her sister's miracle baby. That's right, her sister's miracle baby. That's what she calls it. She wants to know if she's being an asshole for saying no to babysitting duties due to what her sister did to her dog. I know, all y'all dog lovers out there like, what's she doing to that damn dog? We about to find out. So, my sister, not mine personally, but hers, is 32. Has a baby from last year, had that baby. Guess what? Unfortunately, she struggled for years with infertility. That's right. We were all happy for her when we found out she was pregnant and having this baby. So she called him her miracle baby. That's not his actual name, like, Miracle Baby Johnson, but she calls him her miracle baby. And honestly, I didn't mind all the attention he got until things got weird. What do you mean? I'm a 28-year-old female, again, not me personally, but the person writing this, and that has a golden retriever named Benny. Benny is so sweet. He's like the sweetest boy dog alive. That's a good thing. Everyone in the family loves him. Even my sister. Yeah, my sister. She used to love him until that baby came along. Or did she just like the attention Benny was giving her at the time? One time, I brought Benny over when we visited. He stayed on his mat, didn't even bark. Matter of fact, Benny didn't even move. The baby started to cry. And my sister went, I think he's making the baby nervous, and asked me to put Benny outside. In the middle of the winter, it was snowing outside. I was like, nah, I'm good. Throwing the deuces, like who Chris Brown taught us, chucking up the deuces, and I left. That's right, me and Benny left early. That was strike one. Next time I saw her, she told me straight up she didn't want Benny around her son because, well, he's a dog. I said, okay, whatever, and I stopped bringing him. But I could tell something changed that day. I was out of town for the weekend, and well, she begged me, hey, can I please? She called me 3, 4, 5 times. Can I please stay at your place? Because mine is getting fumigated. That's what she told me. So she wanted to stay at my place while I was away for the weekend, and hers was getting fumigated. And because it's my sister, I thought things were chill. I said, okay. Oh, did I regret that? I came home on Sunday night. Benny was hiding under the bed, trembling, looking all scared. I find out she locked him in the laundry room for 2 days because he was staring too much at them, and it made the baby fussy. No food, no water, just locked him in. I lost it. I told her she was never stepping foot in my house again. And she's lucky I didn't call animal services. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't think animal services would have gave a shit. Fast forward a month, and she goes back to work. That's right, time for her to take her ass back to the job. And suddenly, guess who's getting a phone call? That's right, me. I'm her first choice for free childcare. That's funny. She wants me to watch her baby 2 days a week. I said, hell no. She flipped, and well, I said no, but I meant hell no. And she flipped and called me bitter, selfish, and said I clearly don't understand what it means to love family unconditionally. My mom got involved, and guess what she said? She said I was being cruel when it came to helping out. And I didn't just throw our mom under the bus and go, well then damn it, why don't you jump in? But I left that alone. But this isn't just about a dog. You see, it's about how she treated something I love without remorse, and then expects me to drop everything and help her like nothing happened. Now, I'm sitting here in my rocking chair, looking out my window, wondering, am I the asshole for saying no to babysitting my nephew because of what my sister did to my dog? Well, damn. Okay. No sprinkles. No Sprinkles, this is going to be a touchy, tough subject. And the reason why I'd like to tell you that, No Sprinkles, is because, no. First of all, there should be no obligation for you to have to babysit in general. You didn't have the kid. Right? Not your child. Not your child. You are a pet parent because you know you can come and go as you please. So, you chose a pet. Is what it is, right? Now, so no, you're not an asshole for saying no. Okay, that's in your right. You do get the right to say no. Okay, your mom might be a bit of an asshole for giving you like the, oh, well, now you're not helping out and da-da-da-da-da. Well, where the fuck are you? I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying. Okay, that's just how I think. But you might be nicer. Now, stepping into the dog portion of this, right? I think it's a mess that she chooses to treat your dog the way she chooses to treat your dog. And I can relate to you and say I do understand why you feel the way you feel and why you would not want to help her. But here's what I will say. Your dog definitely is loved by you. You can't expect that from other people. You just can't expect it from other people. All right? I'm not saying your dog is a problem because your dog is probably not the problem. Your sister is definitely a problem. Okay? Because she got a lot going on in her head that she seems to think is the opposite of what's going on in real life. What I will say is you're going to be missing out, though, on the bond that you should be building with your nephew. Okay? I get it. You're bitter about the sister situation. And this just so happens to be very similar to, like, those parents that separate and then they talk shit behind the other one's back so that the kids understand the shit being spoken about the other parent, right? And they're not able to build a certain relationship because they're not around full time. So I think that is where you're going to miss inside of this opportunity as far as your nephew is concerned. But you do that on your own time because, again, it's not your child. It's your nephew. Now, is it better to build it when it's younger so that it's a little solid when he gets a little older? Absolutely. So do I think that you should maybe, yes, find time to continue to spend with your nephew? Absolutely. Do I think that you should have to do that with and how your sister wants it to be done? Hell no. Not at all. So I definitely think that you are not the A for what you chose. Now, if you choose not to build a relationship with your nephew, then yes, you're an asshole for that. But you're not an asshole for letting your sister know that you're not a fan of how you've been treated and how the things that you love are treated. Because I'm sure she wouldn't like you to lock her child in a cage. I say a cage because, you could lock them in a room, but it's like the opposite of what the dog got. So in a cage with no food or no water for 24 hours, I'm pretty sure she'd lose her shit. So I get it. Dogs and people are two different things, but to a lot of people, they're the same and they're treated the same. They need food and water and attention too. Okay, you can argue with the computer all you want, but you ain't gonna argue with me over that one because I'm not responding. All right, but we will get into what these people had to say in their responses. I will also say, it's very possible that she did more to that dog than what you think. Not the A. What she did to Benny is horrible. You trusted her with him, and she locked him and didn't even give him food or water. Also, he has no right. She has no right to claim your time anyway. You're right. It's also likely conditions that the dog was afraid, or aggravated around the kids now. Yeah, you don't want that. A dog with no food or no water would be sick. But why would they be cowering in fear? I have a feeling there's a part of the story that wasn't said and that you don't even know. It's very true. Because dogs don't cower for no reason. You make a valid point there, Shape 2. Right? Leaving a dog with no food or no water is straight up neglect. She lost all babysitting privileges the second she pulled that stunt. Got a couple comments deleted. Don't even need to read this post. You're not obligated to babysit for anyone. ETA, holy crap, read the post, and my initial response wasn't severe enough. You see? Yeah, I didn't need to read it. You do need to read it, because we need to know what the fuck they're talking about. Your initial wasn't even obligated. You shouldn't ever have to help her again for any reason. Her or your mom. I told you, mom shouldn't have opened her damn mouth. Mom, you should have shut the fuck up. You decided to come out that mouth, mom, and be like, yeah, you're not helping. Yeah, like I said, where the fuck is you? Mom, you gonna get thrown in the bus with her. We find out you treating the dog funny too. It's about respect, and she clearly doesn't value your feelings or your pet's well-being. Not DA. You should report her for animal cruelty. It's the sister, people. And just had a kid. Come on. Not DA. If someone locked my dog in a room for any amount of time with no food or water, I never speak to him again. That's literally like you locking her baby in a room and ignoring it. Like I said, you put that little kid in a cage, she gonna be pissed. So, I might be in jail. Look, some people would have lost their shot. Your sister just lucky that you wasn't one of them. Wow. This is the third post I've read in this sub today where an annoying sibling with a young child asked to stay with the other person because their place was fumigated. Must be an AI trend. Oh, we got it. I will say it's been a bit since we caught one of these AI trenders, but you say this is the third one? I did notice that the dog was cowering in the corner under the bed, but apparently locked in the laundry room. I'm not usually part of the AI brigade, but I also don't think a dog would cower under the bed in this situation. It sounds like AI picked up something. And yeah, you know what? You'd have asked for this fake AI rage bait. Are we getting it now? They getting it. Okay, your dog is your baby. Protect your baby. No is a complete sentence without having to explain anything. Though, you can remind sis that Benny will be at your house and you will absolutely not lock him away because she's got some weird phobia about your dog looking at her baby. Not the A. This is a repost. You the ass. You the ass for repeating a common rage bait post. All right, look, before we go any further, okay, then we done got into it. I'll be honest. Cool little story. If it is fake, put it in the comments. Go ahead, drop it on them. If it is a fake story, drop it on them. And if you found anything in this story that you feel like might have helped give it away to be fake, drop it in there. Now, if you think that she is, she's not liable and she's done the right thing by saying, bleep you, sister, and I'm not watching that baby, well, I want you to put your fist up inside the comments, okay? Put the fist up in the comments so we can see that you going over here for solidarity. Now, if you think that she should help out her sister even though her dog was treated like shit, well, write help in the comments. Other than that, we're going to let y'all go with the day, all right? And listen, if somebody asks you to watch their dog, or you ask them to hang out at their house and they got a dog present, get it taken care of beforehand and you can avoid these issues. I'm just saying, especially when it comes to family. Thank you for checking out an episode of The Twisted T2. Now, you know what I'm about to tell y'all. When you out there, okay, sis, look, when you out there, you look both ways. Keep that head on a swivel because you already know not everybody's out there with your best interests at hand. Now, enjoy the day. I heard it's a good one. Peace out.